Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition on the PS4. We'll call this a rest stop video. Well, I've finally gone and done it. I finally, after 30 some hours of playing this game, 20 of them probably just milling about doing not much of anything, I'm going to shelve this game for a while. Not because I don't like it, but I think I've finally reached a point where it's like, okay, I think I found a good stopping point. I do this a lot, bear with me. This could be one of those Skyrim situations where it's like, okay, I play a game enough to kind of get a feel for it. I'm going to use my diary to kind of give myself a breadcrumb trail of where I've been. I'm going to use this rest stop video to kind of figure out what I want to do when I come back. It's entirely possible I'll play through the first or the second 15-hour stretch of this game. Because I'll be the first person to say the first 15-hour stretch of this game was a lot more interesting. The second 15-hour stretch of this game was more interesting than the first. So out of the 30 hours I played, the second half of that 30 was better than the first half. So it takes a while to get there. For instance, when you're first starting out in the game, you start in this tutorial area right here. It's not bad. You just might spend 5 hours in here. It's kind of going through the story, figuring out how to do the basics of hunting. It's not bad. If it were up to me, I probably wouldn't do this. I wouldn't spend too much time in here, frankly. The good stuff happens when you finally get past the first gate. In fact, where's this main embrace gate right here? You finally get to go to the second huge batch of the open world. It's not the biggest. We're about to unlock the biggest patch of the open world. But there's more than enough content here for at least 2 open world games. If this were Saints Row 3 or Saints Row 4, there'd be more than enough content here in this patch to be its own game. But the game's allowing me to go through this gate eventually, right over here, because I completed a quest, which will allow me to complete the Secret the Gates quest, and they'll open the gates and I'll be allowed to come back here. Not going to do it now, I'll do it when I play this game again. But yeah, after 30 hours, I'm willing to play another 10 at least. So I'm gonna put that as a feather in this game's cap. It's held my interest that long. It's made me want to play more of it and see this other huge chunk of the world. So this game's not done yet. It's nowhere near done yet. So props. This might be a Skyrim situation where I'll never complete the main quest. I'll just bum around the open world to kind of see what's worth doing. Well, what is worth doing? Well, what have I already done? The main quests. I've already done these quests. Get from the past. That's where the game started. Lead the boy to safety. Yeah, these are whatever. We had the annual festival at the Proving. Today's the day. Went with the mountain. I've seen why the kills at the Proving targeted her. Spoiler alerts. Fair enough. So I've been doing the main quest just enough to advance the story, but it turns out I don't really need to do that, really. What I really need to focus on is opening that fort at the Western Valley, so I'll be able to finally explore the western half of the game. We're going to do our journey west. And I guess we'll do this, I don't know. This could be one of those missions that's just, kill a bunch of people. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go over there and take out a bunch of people at a bandit camp or something. I don't even know. We'll find out. But there's not a lot going on here. So it might be a fight inside this area over here somewhere. These corrupted zones, I needed to actually complete 2 of these corrupted zones in order to open that western gate that I was telling you about. Right here. See where it says, we have to go through the gates of the embrace. We just did. That's Maria at Mother's Crown. Okay, so we had to clear out 2 of the corrupted zones. Well, I did. They were actually shockingly easy. Like, I think they were level 15 corrupted zones. Here's a level 20. We'll probably do those later. I might finish up the video with the corrupted zone if I want to kill some time. Where are the other corrupted zones? Well, there's a way to find out. Press the options button for the filter. Press square to turn off all the icons. Press X to just focus on the corruption zones, and you can see them down here. This one's easier to deal with. Probably end up going there later to kill time. All I had to do mainly was kind of hang out at the edge of the zone, like here outside the perimeter of the zone. Find out where the red enemies were. Go to a high point, just kind of rain arrows down on them. They're vulnerable to fire arrows. So once you take out the enemies inside the corrupted zone, it's cleared. The enemies here are stronger than the enemies here are stronger, poison-spitting versions of enemies that you see in the overworld anyway. So Striders, Striders, Rams, I think, are there. I forget what you call them. Basically, it's any enemy you would see in this area, only slightly stronger. broadheads. Broadheads, is that what they're called? Something like that. But basically the idea is that if you clear out all the enemies in this corrupted zone, you get all the experience points for doing so. And it's actually shockingly easy. So once I cleared out 2 of those, I'm able to go through the gates. We're not going to do that now. We'll do that in a later video. Side missions. Plenty of those. Yeah, forgot. Some of these lead to new enemies I hadn't faced before. But you'll get a good chunk of experience for doing these. Like 2,000 experience for doing this one. 1,000 for doing this one. Got a spear damage boost. I guess I did. Wasn't even paying attention to that. And see, I'm at level 16 right now. So that's not a bad chunk of experience. You'll get about, what, 200 experience points for taking out low-level enemies. Once you get 500 experience points for taking out mid-level enemies, you might get 1,000 for taking out a very high-level enemy, like a, what do you call those things? I forget what you call them. But there are larger enemies that are harder to take out, so you'll get 1,000 points for taking them out, I want to say. But clearing out these missions is where you seem to get the most experience. We'll talk about the skill tree later. Let's see. Let me turn on everything. Filter. Everything's on now. So yeah, like grazers, striders. Those are merchants. Striders. Scrappers. High-level scrappers are inside the corrupted zones. This is level 15. Up here, there are some level 30 or level 20 corrupted zones right around here. That's level 18, so there might be some, there might be a bellowback inside of there. These base level enemies are level 18. So if you go to a higher level corruption zone like this one right here, it's a level 20, so there might be some bellowbacks in there. Might be a few, I don't think there's a snap maw there. There's some I don't think there are any thunder jaws in there. This is the one enemy that there's a snap maw. I think I might have taken one of them out already. And this thunder jaw is the only enemy east of the gates that I have not been able to take out yet, because it's level 25. It's several levels higher than I am, so I don't want to mess with that yet. Let's see. Anything else on the map that's worth noting? Well, quests. Got these errands. Health potion. Yeah, whatever. Resource. Yeah, I've already upgraded my satchel. This is actually pretty easy. I think I've increased my carrying capacity as much as I can. See? Increase the size of my resource satchel as much as I can. I can now hold up to 100 unique items. Well, let's be more specific than that. I can hold up to 100 stacks of items. So the stack depends on the item. For instance, resources. I might have a stack of 50 blaze. I might have 3 stacks of 50 blaze. So I can have 50 blaze in a stack. And then you get to here, where I have 3 stacks of 50 and a stack of 18. So that gives you some idea about what I'm talking about here. You can have up to, see the capacity down there, where it says 78/100? I can have 100 stacks of things. But unfortunately, some of the stuff is way too common. Like, yeah, these wires right here. You're gonna blow through a bunch of these. They're not worth very much, but might as well just get rid of them. I sorted these items by sell popularity. Let me press the options button here, because you can sell them by rarity. But I should mention this. There are items like this that are only useful for selling metal shards. The game does tell you on the right-hand side of the screen what these items are used for, but it's very generic. So there are items like this, these two, are only good for selling. So part of me is like, well, why not just give me the money? Why take up space in my inventory with this crap? You can disassemble it right now if you want. I mean, we can do that. I'm just saying, it just seems weird to have an item that just sits there taking up your inventory, but the only thing it's good for is selling. These are the common items. We have rare items down here. Common. Let me switch order from the less common items are going to be on top. So these are the items that are harder to find, but you can see what they're used for. So some items are used for trading with merchants, which means that you can give them currency, which are metal shards. The metal shards there on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen where it says shards, that's the currency. So if you're trading these with merchants, you don't just sell them for money. You can if you want. But there are special items and armor that we can craft. And in order to craft it, we need to give them these items along with, say, a couple hundred shards, maybe. So I guess I can show you a merchant. There is a merchant here, isn't there? Yeah, right here. See, let's do that right here. It all works out. Okay, sell. not going to sell anything. Actually, I could sell. Let me buy something. I'll show you an example. Weapons. What weapons do I want to buy? Well, I already have a tripcaster, which I'm not really using. It's only used for really large enemies and narrow corridors. So if I'm able to get to a very large enemy that can't get underneath the wires, I can lay them down. Well, some enemies can still run into them. Low-level enemies like Watchers, the Velociraptor-looking things will run over them. But the really big enemies, you got to have this, unless you're, because if you're trapped in a narrow corridor and you can't plink them can't plink away at them with arrows, then yeah, you're going to need this to kind of stun them. Once they're stunned, you can lay down critical strikes on them. Critical strike is a skill that I learned. In fact, I'll show you that later. War bows aren't as useful as I wish. This is something that can be used to stun enemies, but it's not particularly strong. Literally, it's not. In fact, it's not strong at all. The one thing it's really good for is for spitting out shock arrows. And I should mention that I wasn't aware of this when I first started the game, so I kind of wish someone on the internet told me this. When you first start the game, you can only craft weapons if you have a bow that fires that weapon. Every bow has a specific kind of ammo. Like, for instance, the sharp shot bow uses precision arrows and regular arrows, but arrows that do precision damage. Fine. This bow only shoots shock arrows. So if you want to have arrows that do shock damage specifically, the elemental damage of shock damage, you need to have a bow like this. But it's highly specialized. And you only have so many slots on your weapon wheel. I only had 4 when I started the game, so I upgraded my weapon wheel, so now I can hold 5. I'll show you that in a second. Sharp shot bows, I mentioned that. Carja Hunter bows can shoot. I actually have this one already. You see where it says owned 1 next to Carja Hunter bows, it says I own 1 of them already. It shoots regular arrows for 14 damage, that's fine. It also does 25 tear damage, which is great if you're ripping armor off of enemy plates and you want to expose more vulnerable parts of their bodies. You rip the armor off with that tear damage, and then you can target those vulnerable parts. Things like that. This Carja bow also shoots fire arrows that do 11 normal damage. They also do 25 elemental damage. That can be modded, and I'll show you that later. This mighty bow here, in fact, I probably should mention this earlier. This Carja Hunter bow can be crafted. Check out the right-hand side of the screen. 50 metal shards, 5 sparkers, and 5 wires. So I wanted to craft this item, I could. But as another example, here's a culling bow here that I can finally craft. It shoots fire and regular arrows as well. But I think it's weaker than the one I have. It holds 2 mods, though. Let me check on that. 14, 11. So 14, 25, 11, 25. Oh. So it does 14, 25. Well, I already have this one. This one's been modded, I think. That's weird. So why is this better than this one? Improved tear capability. I think I already have a mod for this one. Yeah, I think I already have a mod for that hunter bow. So I don't really see the point of buying this one. It doesn't tear any better. So basically, it's no better than the bow I'm already carrying. Now I know. You say improved capability for tearing. That's what I mean. I already have a weapon I already have a bow that does that. But let me show you this down here. See where it says 315 plus blue components? This one down here says 650 plus red components. On the right-hand side, I'm missing one of the components I need. So if you see a red icon next to the number of shards, that means you can't make it yet. But I don't really need most of these bows. It's like this one right here shoots fire and regular ones. Again, whatever. Sharp shot bow does extra super strong tear damage and precision damage. Sounds interesting. I might grab this one later. I don't know. But the idea of having a really strong tear arrow bow sounds interesting. I should also mention the, what's this? Yeah, this one's worthless. This Rattler right here, I can't make any sense of this. It's basically it's a machine gun, but it only really works at close range. So if you're using it to shoot machines, you're probably going to get shot first before you can even take them down. It's not very strong. So maybe a bit later it becomes a bit more interesting. But right now, that's the only machine gun I've seen in the game that's not particularly strong. So I'm not interested in that weapon at all. The sling is interesting because you can lob items at medium range, they're somewhat interesting. I keep them handy for instances where I could use a bow, but I want a specific kind of area of effect damage, so I can lob a bomb at an enemy, like a grenade basically, and it stuns them or it does elemental damage to a spot. I also have traps. I won't be able to show you those yet, but you get the idea. That you can lay down traps too if you want to. If you don't want to use tripwires, you want to lay down some traps that I used on bosses. They're really handy actually. So you can lay them down, lure the enemies over, and they run right into the traps. I'll show you how I lure enemies later, because I think I've only been doing this. I've been throwing rocks at them. I haven't been whistling or anything, because there is a skill for whistling. I use this carja sling right here because it throws freeze bombs and shock bombs. So they've been pretty handy against some specific enemies. They're stronger. They're handier than tripwires because you don't have to put yourself in danger to lay down the tripwires. You can just throw these at a group of enemies and they'll stun them. What's this one? Blast sling. Yeah, it's just a regular bomb thrower. Those are kind of hard to aim, so I might take a bit of practice with that. So, what am I selling? Actually, let me see if I can buy something else. Outfits. Again, I don't have the resources I need to make this item. I need 2 fatty meats. I only have 1. One obvious problem. Most of the armor I have is no better than what I'm already carrying. I'm using this so I can get extra stealth ability, but I've already modded it, so I don't really need anything else. Most of this armor doesn't give you... It has very specialized use, like this one here. Very good against, melee brawlers. But it requires a very rare item. It's kind of expensive. This one is like a jack of all trades, but it's not particularly strong against any particular kind of element. So it's like 15% reduction to all these elements, but that's it. Kind of disappointed with that one. So again, if you're facing specific enemies that are hard for you to deal with, you might want to buy a specific kind of armor to deal with them, so you don't take as much damage. But most of these I'm not really impressed with. They're just like getting, what is this, a 50% reduction in corruption damage? I guess that's okay, but I haven't had to deal with that many dangerous corrupt enemies yet. So maybe later in the game I'll need it. Look at these. These are practically worthless. Like almost no buffering to any elements. Practically zero. So I don't really see the point of that. So a lot of this armor is kind of disappointing. I mean, it's just there to have, I guess. Resources, you can buy travel packs. Traveling isn't unlimited, but you can craft your own. You can craft your own travel packs if you have the resources you need to craft them. Crafting's pretty easy in this game, actually. You just tell the game what you want to build, and the game tells you if you have the ingredients or not. So it's not like Minecraft, you have to put the things together yourself. It's fine, it's painless. These are the traps I'm telling you about. These are reasonably strong, so they're stronger than the bombs. They're about as strong as the tripcaster, but the tripcaster, as I mentioned, only has one kind of wire. It's the tripwire, the shock wire. This is as strong as a tripwire, except it's a trap. It's not a line that you can cross. So it depends on how comfortable you are laying down lines in the ground in narrow corridors. This is kind of the same thing. I use this against bosses, like I said, because it's easy to craft. But I kind of prefer using the sling to throw bombs instead, because I can do it from a distance. I can do it from behind cover. It's fine. Health boosts, again, when you're in a fight, you need a little extra HP before you start a fight. That's what this is for. In a battle, it's kind of hard to switch between potions. You might accidentally drink a potion you don't mean to do because you're using the D-pad to choose your potions. You're pressing down on the D-pad to drink it. So you might accidentally do stuff you don't want. Buy arrows. We can also craft them. I've been crafting arrows. Frankly, I have more than enough items. But if you just want to buy them because you don't want to go hunting for the ingredients, but the ingredients are all over the place. So I've never had to buy arrows. I've never had to buy ammo. I just craft it. And I'm perfectly fine doing that. But the game tells you at the bottom of the screen, you need a specific kind of weapon in order to use this. I have 5 of these, but it serves no purpose because I don't own the bow. So I might as well just sell it. Freeze ammo. See, I have the sling for this. I don't have the tripcaster for these. I have that. So it tells you what item you're carrying. It tells you if you own an item that uses this specialized ammo. So just keep that in mind. My metal bullet. I'm not using the Rattler anymore, so I might as well sell that. I can't sell it now. I just have to disassemble it. I can't sell my ammo. It's unfortunate. Treasure boxes. I buy these all the time. These are interesting because I buy them for 10 shards, and there are usually 20 shards in there. So I guess it's worth it. I already got a Traveler's token, a Karja token on the right-hand side of the screen, a Nora Keeper token, but I haven't been purchasing any of these boxes yet because I don't need them. And you can buy back anything you sold recently. By recently, I mean, I guess, the last couple of merchants. So even if you're on the other side of town, you can buy back the stuff you sold to other merchants. Video games. Sell. Let's sort by item value. These aren't worth anything, unfortunately. So I can't sell branches. I can make arrows, but I can't sell wood because it's all over the wood. Well, maybe people might want to buy wood. I don't know. Sort by item value. But again, only some of these items are useful for selling to merchants. So the quickest way for me to sell stuff that's only used for selling to other merchants is just sort by sell popularity here. So the stuff that's only useful for selling, stuff that's only good for money, you just sell it like that. Or you can press the square, or you can press the triangle button to mark it as something you want to sell, like that, and it turns yellow. Then when you're ready, you can just hold down the X button, and you sell all your marked items. So that's handy. I wish there were a way to set up trash. So if you grab something and you just want to mark it as soon as you get it as trash, like an ammo alert. There are items that you don't want to use, or items that are only good for money. Mark it as trash. I think Dragon's Dogma does the same thing. Mark it as trash. Then when you get to a merchant, press one button and you sell all your junk. I would love to do that. Don't know why they don't let you do that in this game. You can also sell multiple of a stack. For instance, let's say I want to sell everything in this stack. I want to sell that stack of 14. And I want to sell this stack of 53. So I press X. So that stack is gone. Now, let's say I want to only sell a portion of this. Press square. Let's sell half of it. That's fine. So that's how you control the size of your inventory. But eventually you're going to have to go through like this and pick out big stacks and just sell whatever's there. Some of these are used for crafting. Other than that, they're just used for selling, so I don't see what the point is. For what it's worth, the easiest way for me to get rid of some of these stacks is to just go through them occasionally and just kind of get rid of the stuff you know you don't need anymore, like this. Don't need that much blaze. You can craft more arrows with it if you want, but whatever. Some of this other stuff, like, look at this, completely worthless. Dump it. Shock wax root, never use it. Just dumping it. Corruption glaze root, never use it. Dumping it. So that cleared up some space. So that gives you some idea what I'm talking about. Weapons, I might end up selling one of these. I already sold, I can't sell the spear, obviously. It's important to the story. It's also used for overriding machines. Karja sling. Nope. Yeah. So I have a sling, 2 bows, and a tripcaster. That's all I can carry right now. Outfits. I could sell one of these. Nora Brave. Can I sell this one? Can't sell it. Story important. So I can only sell this one. And I use it to get a little bit more stealth, but that's not as useful as I hoped it was. But I modified it. What mods can I sell? The mods that serve no purpose to me. There are some mods that are for specific items, but the game doesn't tell you what items they're for. These weaves are for your armor. These are for your bows. The game doesn't always tell you that, so it's kind of annoying. But I sold most of the ones I don't need. This one right here, stealth weave, 5%, worthless. Selling it. So the higher level weaves I'm going to keep. This one, I think I want this one, but I think my bows already have a weave kind of like this. I have a weave. I have a handling, damage increasing mod on one of my arrows, so I'm keeping that. Some of these I can't sell because, I mean, you want more damage for your coil, right? Traps and potions. You can sell some of these. Some of these I never use. Like resist fire potions. Never use them. They're not worth very much anyway. I can only hold 10 unique potions in here. Or 10 stacks of potions. So keep that in mind. Yes, I can have no more than 6 potions now. But I can upgrade that so I can carry more potions. I used to have 5. Now I can carry 6. Okay, so everything's disappearing from my inventory. So we spent a lot of time talking, not a lot of time fighting, but that's okay. You might go to a hunting ground by the end of this video, I don't know. Can't be bothered. Okay, let's see. Skills. No, inventory. Ammo. I can disassemble this ammo, right? Metal bolts. Yes, see, I don't have the weapon anymore, so it serves me no purpose whatsoever. These, I don't have the weapon, so it serves me no purpose. So on the bottom of the screen, it tells you on the right-hand side what weapons I need to use these items. Now, thankfully, it's not taking up space. These items do not take up space. So let's see if I can craft more ammo while I'm here. Sling ammo. Yeah, plenty of chill water. So we'll just take all that. So we're going to use up some of the items in our inventory. War bow, shock arrows, nah. So we always need fire arrows. We have plenty of blaze. You use your money. Those metal shards over there, you always use money. And you use money basically to craft your arrows. But that's okay. We got plenty of those. Shock wire, I guess we'll make a couple more of these. We got plenty of sparker. So we're fine. The game gives you plenty of ingredients for most things. You don't have to worry about that. Inventory. I got 6 metal flowers. These are for trading with merchants. Specifically, I think they're used to make specific armors or specific weapons. High-level weapons, I'm not sure. Maps. All of these appear on the map now because I've actually found these tokens. So now I can stumble across this stuff accidentally, but if you go to something like where is it? Like these metal flowers down here. You go to this area, you search the area, you might find a metal flower. What purpose does it serve? I don't know. Again, it's for crafting, but I haven't seen an item that I can craft with these things anyway, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Let's see, inventory, resources. I got plenty of those. Treasure box. Let's open a few of these. I've done a bunch of this already. The gambler's box. I spent 10 shards on it. How much is in here? 3 shards. Complete waste of money. So that was the gamble you take. But there's stuff like this. Resource supply box. Got charger lenses. Those are somewhat more rare. Metal vessel. Chill water. And sometimes you'll find extra modifications like this in here. Keep them in the box so you don't take up space on your inventory. Because see, you can only have 10 types of mods on here. So if you keep it in the box, you don't have to waste it. So these boxes don't use up inventory space. So that's not a terribly important trick, but it's something I did. Mods. Let me show you the mods I had here. Craft. Carry capacity. Increase the size of your outfits. If you want to carry more types of outfits, right now I can only carry 5 outfits. If I increase this, which is pretty easy. Look at all the Ridgewood I have here. And the shards. So I might as well just increase that right now. So now I can carry 10 different kinds of outfits. That was stupid easy. Again, I've already upgraded that as much as I can. So I can have 100 stacks of items in my inventory. That's fine. Mods. I increased it to 1 already, so I can carry 10 different items. I can increase it to 20 right now. So now I can carry 20 different kinds of mods instead of just 10. So now it's a lot more useful. Potions. Increase the size of your potions. You can't do that anymore because I need a fishbone. But right now I can carry 6 items instead, 6 types of potions instead of 9. Increase the size of your traps. Why not? So now I can carry 6 traps instead of 9. 6 different types of traps. Hunter bow quiver. I'm not going to use my rabbit. I don't have enough rabbit bones. I'm not going to increase that. That's enough for now. Increase your war bow quiver. You're increasing your quiver on specific bows. Not wild about that, actually. Increase the size of your ammo pad. Again, not wild about that. Far Cry 3 stuff. Kill animals, make fancy bags. Sling ammo pouch. Yes, increase the size of my sling ammo pouch from 4 items to 6. So now I can carry 6 different kinds of bombs. Or at least 6. I can hold up to 6 bombs at a time instead of just 4. Okay, so we're fine with that. We can make trash travel packs. I need fatty meat for that. I think you mostly get that from turkeys and boars. We have enough fast travel packs though, so we don't have to worry about that until later. Okay, so skill tree. What did I grab right away? I wanted this pretty quickly because it's a one-shot kill on most low-level enemies. Let's see, I skipped that actually. Silent drop I haven't grabbed yet. Yeah, the colored ones I've done already. Critical hit, I actually grabbed that in the middle of a boss fight. It was a really high-level enemy I had to defeat. So I put the tripcaster on it to stun it. I used some heavy attacks, and while it was stunned, I was able to press R1 to do a massive amount of damage while it was on the ground and stunned. So that's something I probably should have grabbed earlier. But this is something you might want to grab ASAP, because against some high-level enemies, it's going to make them a lot easier to deal with. Because once you get them on the ground, they're a lot easier to crit strike. I got this one pretty early. Additional natural resources, chance for extra resources, craft additional ammo from the same resources. So this is the stuff I grabbed right away, because I wanted to be able to carry more stuff and get more stuff as I went along. I should probably grab this one. But I don't need any, frankly, I don't need any more resources right now. I have too much crap in my inventory right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Disassemble resources into modifications to 50% of the metal shard value. So again, if you're out in the wild, you got to make some space. That's fine. Expert Carver, increased chance to loot skins, bones, lenses, and hearts. You might want those because those are rarer items. So you might want those. Hoarder, increase your resource inventory slots by 20. Not going to worry about that. Dismount Strike, that's kind of funny. But you need this branch to unlock that. Repair the overridden machines using metal shards. So you can use your money to repair broken machines, but I'm not going to worry about that. Mounted pickup, you can pick up stuff while you're on a horse, but I'm not going to worry about that. Repair damaged mounts, repair any overridden machine. Increase mount health and repair speed, okay. Huh. Interesting. Weapon quills now for weeks can now be removed and reused. So I might do that. But you gotta do this first. So you already gotta do this first to disarm traps I'll never use, but I might use this. Call your mount. Calls a new mount if no mount is available. How great is that? This is for luring enemies over. Actually, I haven't done this yet. But I think it makes the game too easy, because I'm worried if you can just bring every enemy over and just whittle them down one at a time. I think that might make the game way too easy, so I'm not going to do that. But if you want to, you can. If you want to make the game easier, you can. Precision, light spear attacks with an increased chance. Yeah, I guess that's interesting. I almost never use light spear attacks, frankly. Except for critical strikes. Knock down heavy enemies. That's important against big enemies like that. Haven't had to use it yet, but we'll probably think about that. Yeah, increased damage your health is low. Not that interested, frankly. I'm trying to just keep my health high, actually. Faster reload might be interesting. I'm not going to grab those yet, but you get the idea. I thought I grabbed this one already. I'm gonna have to turn it on because I didn't save my game after I grabbed it. This is gonna make the game a lot easier. And I start using height to take down enemies. Okay, so I'm running out of time. I'm pretty sure. So the only other quests that I can do at this point are maybe a bandit camp, maybe one of these, but I doubt it's gonna work the way I want it to. And the hunting grounds. I'll probably end up doing the hunting grounds later. Sounds like a time trial. I'm not interested in time trials. The tutorials I'll do in my next playlist, Season 2, because this will be how I practice with my other weapons. Yeah, we'll do that later. Oh, I should mention. Spoiler alert. If you keep going up here, there's a really hard and long climb, like a really long parkour sequence. Once you get over it, yeah, right around here. Once you climb that mountain, you complete that parkour sequence, there's a really difficult enemy right around here. If you can get past that enemy and make your way up this mountain, you're going to go to the Northern Wilds, which is part of the DLC for the base game. But since I'm playing the complete version, that's where this is coming from. We'll do this later. This game requires like level 35 crap. The enemies here are level 18 through 20 so far, so I'm not going to spend too much time here. That's a teaser. And of course we have our regular teaser where we go through the western gates finally and see what's awaiting us over there. So we get to explore that entire world. So like I said, that'll be fun for later. So in the meantime, let's kill some time. Let's go down here and talk to what's his name. We might not do the hunt. I don't think I want to do the hunt. Already did the pole neck. So let's finish up this video with a bang, shall we? We'll go over, not there. There. So we'll kill time by talking about that. Because I just wanted to document everything I wanted to do by the end of this video. So definitely go to the Western Gates. Definitely do sample some of the other missions I haven't done yet. Like the trials, the tutorials, all that stuff. But there's some enemies here. Strider. Yeah, they're low level by now. So if you need a quick way to get around, you don't want to fast travel, mounts are okay. I use them for exploring new areas. This isn't a new area. Someone saw me. It might be the Strider.
Uh-oh, spotted.
Yep, they saw me. Just a second. They're watchers. They're easy enough. Uh-oh, Sawtooths. Don't want to mess with them. I can beat them, but I don't want to mess with them. R2 for the heavy attack. See, these guys are easy. What? Wait, someone's coming. Someone's coming. Saw it. I saw that red icon on my screen. Anyone else? Enemies will sneak up on you while you're grabbing stuff, so just keep that in mind. That is a scrapper. Not terrible, but still bad news. Let me stick to the tall grass here. Press the square button to slide while you're running. Someone sees me.
Calm, calm.
Someone's scoping me out. That might be the scrapper. That's the scrapper. Hold on. He's gonna investigate the bodies, it looks like. There he is. He's scanning for me. He saw me! Okay, fine. Heavy attack to get him on the ground. Then the critical strike with L1. Put him in the ground. Okay. So, you got to see a little bit of combat. How'd you like that? You might take on a Sawtooth, I don't know. Looking for a challenge. Over there. Sawtooth. Yeah, these guys are bad news. They hit hard, so I'm trying to mess with them. Unless I'm really looking for a good fight. Who is that?
What tea are you drinking? I can't outrun a Sawtooth. Besides,
Oh. It's probably, yeah, it's a mission to kill the Sawtooths. Okay.
she won't tell a soul.
So that'll be all we end the video.
She's never kept a secret in her life. She's kept all my secrets, but I can't tell you.
What's the tall neck? Wait, why am I here? Yeah, so the mission is kill the Sawtooths. Okay, fine. So we'll kill the Sawtooths. This will be tough, but I can probably whittle them down. What are they weak against?
Playing this for laughs.
Fire. L1 for the weapon wheel. Grab some more of these. And we can throw some bombs at them, right? We don't have any fire bombs. Fine. Let's get creative. I have traps. Yeah, I have traps. I can craft some traps. Just a second. Strategery. Craft. Ammo. Wait, I thought I could craft traps. Yeah, traps and potions. Friendly neighborhood trap queen. I don't have fire traps. No fire traps. Yep, no fire traps. It's fine. Whatever. Just use arrows. Okay, so I need a place to hide. If things go south. Now I need a high point. Give me a high point. Shock wax we're never going to use. There are no high points. But there is tall grass, so okay. I can always run back here if things get really nasty. Okay, are there any more tall grass? Yeah.
That wasn't a warning.
Yeah. He's on fire! There he comes. He blew up. Not cool. Literally could not run out of the way there. Did he see me? Yes, he did! Yep. These guys are bad news. Press down on the D-pad for that full health potion. Crouch. He's almost dead. So one of them blew up, right? He's almost dead. Got him. I think I got them both. I think there's one more on the other side. One of them blew up. I could have swore one of them blew up. I can't shock that thing. I might be able to shock it anyway. So let's try this. Tripcaster. See if I can get it on the ground at least.
Here we go again.
And I can lure him over with some fire. Plenty of fire arrows. There he is. He saw me. Look out, kids. Did I get him on the ground? No, I didn't.
It's down.
Now he's on the ground. R1 for the critical strike. Okay, hold on. He's got back up. Tripwire. No, tripwire. Not good. Wow, that was quick. Yeah, I got another tripwire off when it's turning the corner. This will finish him off. Yep. Pretty cool how I got that tripwire down as he was turning the corner.
Safe to come out yet?
Yeah, because I was afraid. I think we did it. They are down. See, they make things interesting. Some of the
Need them soon
it's like
enough.
taking on giants in Skyrim. Reasonably entertaining. Like I said, they hit hard. Like one hit will take out half your life bar at least. You don't get a lot of HP during this game. I think I started out with 200, so you do not get a lot of HP at all in this game. So I'm also on the hard difficulty level, so I guess I should mention that. This is the sort of thing where if I choose a harder difficulty level, merchant wares are more expensive, increases enemy aggression and damage, as well as rebalances the weapons. Yeah. So I might do that later. When I start over from the beginning, I might do that later. But yeah, this game seems reasonably challenging at the hard difficulty level. But it took a while to get there, because it was starting to get really easy after a while with those low level enemies. But now these sawtooths are always going to be They're always going to be a problem. So I get more comfortable. Wait. Make sure I talk to these guys. Yeah, here we are. So let's finish up this quest. There might be another extension to this quest, honestly. Whoop! Ancient bracelet. Dick Tracy radio, maybe? Am I missing something? Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. It's an audio log. Okay. I collect these data points for some reason. I don't know what purpose they serve, frankly. Is there something else here? Explore the room. Oh, I think I have to go inside? I'm not going to do that. Well, I think this is the ruin, though. So I'm here. I'm exploring it. What else do you want me to explore? Oh, duh.
Oh, you're that brave who was outcast.
Your friend Den told me to come find you.
The Sawtooth ripped our packs from us. Me. Thank you so much for destroying it.
I didn't.
We'll go back on our own.
You're welcome. Investigate the area. I didn't investigate the area? I thought I investigated the area. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure... Did the game prevent me from investigating? I'm pretty sure I investigated this area. So the game did give me credit. So the game did not give me credit for investigating the area. Though I did find some ancient debris. Let me check on. Yeah, it didn't give me credit. It didn't give me credit for investigating the area. Lame. See that? Lame. So let's get out of here then. 500 steps away. So we're gonna cheat. So now I can leave. Where's it? There's just a campfire in here. Sometimes the campfires are sitting there behind the behind the icon, so you gotta move stuff around. Or turn the filters off so that you can just use the campfire icons. But so you can clear out some of the Ubi barf, the open world Ubisoft barf that's usually in most of these games. I'm like a game like Assassin's Creed, 1 through 4, and all the tangents and spin-offs. I prefer doing the missions in this game than I do most of the Assassin's Creed games. Although, like I said, I got really into Assassin's Creed Odyssey, though. But that game's $25 still. So I might as well just play this game. 'Cause this game's like $10 in some places. So I think for value for money, and like let's just say you just got a PS4, like you've been an Xbox boy like I was for a long time. You finally got a PS4. This is one game I would definitely get. I don't know if it's that good, but it's got a lot of content and looks great. It's a great exclusive game, so it's worth playing as your first PS4 game because it will keep you very busy. It's got more meat on it than Agents of Mayhem, but I prefer the combat in Agents of Mayhem, to be brutally honest with you. But this has some meat on it. So again, if you asked me, would I rather play this or Agents of Mayhem, frankly, I'd rather play Agents of Mayhem.
So, she survived her wounds.
But Agents of Mayhem is the kind of game where if you're really into the leveling up and all that stuff, and I saw the pop-in on her textures on her face, but hey, what are you going to do? Wait. Where's the quest? Return to the den.
Sam's got a bite out here.
So many dead. And we still don't know
Where
who
is
sent
it?
the killers or where they came from.
Here. Can't go into the
I
house.
found your friends, you know where. They'll be back shortly.
Oh, thank you.
Relax.
You're right.
That's not what I meant, but
Why
Yeah, I
are
wasn't
we
paying
even
attention.
wondering? The killers must
Should
be
mention,
dodging.
I said the team that made this game, Guerrilla Games, is from Germany. They're from Netherlands. I got a remarkable rewards box. So I was wrong before. These guys are from the Netherlands. And, well, I guess they're okay storytellers. I don't know. I'm a sort of a mixed bag about it. But I kind of like some of the ideas. The dialogue's sort of functional. Nothing offensive. Nothing too offensive. But like I said, it's a bit too heavy on the lore dumping and the vocabulary spewing. Let's see. It probably gets worse later, actually, when it starts doing a lot of exposition dumps. Okay, I got a treasure box. A remarkable reward treasure box. Not so remarkable. More stuff I don't need.
Killers. Their tribe I know.
13 more blaze, huh? I got 107 blaze. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so how do we finish up this video? Yeah, that's in the Northern Wilds. I'm not going to talk to him. He's in the Northern Wilds. I can't do that yet. Daughter's Vengeance. Yeah, that's behind the gates. Main mission, secret at the gates. So we're definitely going to do that. Errands, nah. Can I cancel some of these? I can abandon the job. Yeah, so I can abandon these jobs. But the idea is if you're looking to craft specific potions, you can create a job out of the crafting of those potions. For instance, health potions. Create a job by pressing the square button, which allows you to track the items you need to make these items. That's great. You might actually need that for fast traveling, I want to say. Create a job. We have enough fatty meat, though. That gives you some idea about how you can pull certain items to make how you can track the items you need to craft a particular item you want. So I do like
Never
that.
seen anything like it.
So again, the game's learned some things from other games that I like. I wish
Corruption
Dragon's
is
Dogma
spreading
had that.
across
I don't
the
know
land.
if Dragon's Dogma does that. But again, I prefer the combat in Dragon's Dogma to this game. So this game's decent. I would give it like a low B, high B minus. It's fine. It's more entertaining than a lot of the open world games I played. A lot of the mediocre open world games I played. The combat is good enough as is. So I'll tolerate that. I think I might prefer Kings of Amalur a little bit, but again, this game has way more meat on it than Kings of Amalur does, so I think it's fair to say that. There are lots of good open world games out there. This one, if you have a
They say she fought
PS4 and you
beside
already
Boston
own
Valhalla.
Saints Row, this game's less expensive than Saints Row 4. It's less expensive than Spider-Man, so I would say this game's about on the same level as Spider-Man. You just have to find a way to avoid the boring stuff. Spend as little time doing the boring stuff as possible, but you're gonna have to go through some kind of. There are a lot of story missions that I thought were okay, but I don't want to do them twice. So I'd be lying if I said I wanted to do them twice. Go to the hunting grounds, maybe. Well, maybe just for fun. I'll climb that, I'll climb that, thing. I'll do that parkour thing. Show you how I do. This might be a good finale. So that's going to be our tease for the Northern Wilds, and of course our tease for the Western area. I'm reasonably interested in this game. I'll keep going with it. It might grow on me a bit more, actually. But again, you have to kind of figure out what's worth doing and what isn't. I had way more fun doing this than the first batch of Assassin's Creed games. In fact, I'm supposed to go back and play Assassin's Creed Origins at some time. Go back and see what I missed. Because apparently Odyssey is supposed to be like Origins with a Greek skin on it. But again, it's not a game you're gonna... It's a game where after 10 hours I said I want to play another 20. I accept that. So this game's kind of on that level. And this game's cheaper. So out of all the open world games out there, Arkham City's cheap. If you got a PC, Saints Row 3 and 4 are fantastic. Saints Row 4 especially. Again, you avoid the boring stuff. Combat's a lot better than in this game. Obviously, I'm a massive Just Cause 2 fan. That game is... Just Cause 3 is stupid cheap now. It's like maybe $10. I would rather play Just Cause 3 than this game. So let's put that out there. I had way more fun playing Just Cause 3. But I put more hours into this game than Just Cause 3. But that's because I planned on selling it. And then the price plummeted over the 4th of July weekend, which sucked because I was hoping to like, you know, earn back the money that I spent on it, but that's okay. I would buy this game for $10. And I did. So that's about what it's worth if you sell it. So, how do I go north? Yeah. Okay, watch this. See how far we can go before the video ends. Let me do a quick save at least. Okay, so that's my quick save. I did a manual save in the Northern Lands. So I can climb the yellows. Where are the yellows? Over there? Yeah, there was a way for me to climb this. I wonder what it is. Oh, I think I went the wrong way. I went the wrong way. Yeah, I think it's the other direction. Just a second. I went the wrong way. Okay, so how do I go up? Or is this how I got up? Just a second. Yeah, I went up here, I think. And I found the campfire. Now that I get higher, because I had to, yeah. These lights show the way. Here are the yellow climbing items right here that we're gonna need. This will take a while. I guess the game is loading all the assets for the next zone. You follow the lights. Second. No enemies here, but eventually we're gonna have to. Yep, you're the yellows. It's like a bandit climbing trail, I guess. That's one form of gatekeeping. See, I don't know how I found that climbing point, but eventually, yeah, I was able to find out. That's how I get around. I'm just holding left on the D-pad, or I'm holding left on the left stick. Can I climb up here? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, follow the lights. It's a climbing puzzle. Why would they put a climbing puzzle on this game? Slow-mo jump. Up. Yeah, there's supposed to be someone up here. Okay, go over there. That's where it is. So this is what I'm talking about. It's a climbing puzzle to get to the DLC, which I guess they added after the invisible wall was removed in the patch, thus allowing you to access this DLC, which I think is amusing. So I'm curious if this was in the base game. Yep, there's an enemy up there. It's a level 35 Scorcher. It took some damage. I think it saw me. Let me tag it. Yeah, this is a level 35 enemy. So this is your teaser for the Northern Lands, kids. You do not want to fight this thing. But I think if you can shock it, you might be able to run past it. Which is actually what I'm going to do. I didn't do this last time. Is he weak to shocks? Yeah, he's strong against shocks, so that won't work. But freezes will work. Okay, so let's see how creative we can get. Which way are we going? We're going that way. So we're going to have to get around this dude. There was actually an item over there to the right. But he will climb mountains. This guy will climb down mountains and chase you. So you do not want to mess with him. I made a separate video where I got past him, and it was pretty harrowing. He will chase you up these mountains. He does not play. And he's still down there. Yeah, there he is. He does not play. He guards this thing like a lion. Or a bull, if you will. A fiery bull. Yeah, I guess I'll put up a separate video with no commentary where I'll probably put it on Facebook or something where I'm like, yeah, this is how I got here. This is not how I got here. How did I get up here? Crap, how did I get up here? Did I go the other way? I'm pretty sure I barely survived this last time. Yeah, here we go. There it is. Okay, I got it. And this is when the title card shows up. The Northern Wilds. So, that's how you get past the beast. So you gotta go through this corridor so you can load the next batch of content.
That's a welcome, I guess.
But again, kudos to Guerrilla. I think they did a pretty good job on this one. Again, it might be better than I think it is. And after 30 hours, I'm willing to sample more of it. So there's something to be said for that, I think. It's not easy to make a good open world game. This might be one of those PS4 games that, again, there are better open world games. Like obviously I'm a massive, Just Cause 3 fan, a Saints Row 4 fan. Those games are on this console. I think this might be the cheapest open world game that I would recommend you play, because I haven't played enough of Far Cry 4. Oh, look at that! We can draw crap in the sand and the snow. Let's keep it G-rated, shall we? Okay, I can't see it, so I can't draw my initials. Yeah, I can't draw my initials. It says TB, see? Hope you appreciate that. Kind of hard. This isn't Red Dead Redemption. You can't draw, can't draw obscene pictures in the snow. Campfire. So, we'll come back here later. We're not going to hang around here in the Northern Lands. But I'll at least do a new quest. So that'll be how we end the video. Like I said, this game's okay. It's perfectly fine.
You
Probably
seem
better
sad,
than fine.
stranger.
Like I said, if you just got a
I heard
PS4
you
and you
mention
want a
a
really
flood.
cheap game,
Yes.
if you can find this game
A
for
sudden
$10, I'd
deluge,
get it.
Without rain or melt to explain it. I'm Lelai,
Deep din.
a hollow
I mean, obviously,
carved out by the old ones.
what is it?
A chamber, a basin, and a musical
Obviously,
instrument
Dead
all
Cells
at
is the game I
once.
would get. Like,
My
no
life,
questions
my
asked. I'd buy
calling.
Dead Cells
I'd explain it by
immediately.
playing for
That
you.
game's a bit more expensive
Could.
than this.
But its pipes are
You get 100
deep
hours of
into the water
content
now.
for $10, kids. It's like a good deal to me.
A flood without rain. That is strange.
Just northwest of here. Look all you like.
Well, it could be a melting glacier, global warming being what it is. How do you think we got? How did the last ice age in? Hey, Chesapeake Bay came without rain. Don't have any blue gleams. But if I can get these weapons and bring them back, I can make a killing. Slow health recovery over time. I could actually make this. So I'll come back and make this later. Don't have any blue gleams. I guess I get blue gleams from the enemies here. Free sample box. Always gotta get the free sample box. So I need blue gleam. Special mod box. Let's see. I need badger bones, goat bones, and badger bones. Okay, fine. Shows me where all the blue gleam is. That's gonna be handy, but I'm gonna need badgers for that. Guess we do need some stinking badgers. Let me trade a few things. Yep,